Well, it looks like Ghislaine Maxwell's getting a little impatient, waiting on Donald Trump to either commute her sentence or grant her a pardon. Ghislaine Maxwell is from the New York Times today, Wednesday. Ghislaine Maxwell says that she will ask a court to free her from prison. In a court filing, a lawyer for the one-time companion of disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein said she would seek to be released from her minimum security federal lockup. Ghislaine Maxwell, I think it was at the end of 2022 or 2023, was convicted on 6 felony counts, including being convicted of being a child sex trafficker. She is a convicted child sex trafficker. After a jury trial, the Department of Justice arrested her, put her on trial, and got convictions. Ghislaine Maxwell is a child sex trafficker. First of all, the prison camp that she is at in Texas is minimum security, and under the rules of the Department of Justice, child sex traffickers, sex offenders of any kind are ineligible from being placed at that kind of a minimum security facility. She's there. Somewhere in the Department of Justice, there are documents waiving those rules and waiving those requirements specifically for her. Hopefully Congress will get their hands on those documents at some point. Reading from the article, so she filed a letter, not actually a pleading, she filed a letter today on Wednesday in a Manhattan federal court. Reading from the article, the letter submitted by her lawyer, his name is David Oscar Marcus, offers no details about what grounds Ms. Maxwell will cite in her filing, known as a habeas petition, habeas corpus, release the body. But the letter indicated that she would file the request shortly and that it would be done without a lawyer representing her. So she's going to file a habeas petition in pro per, meaning representing herself. Her lawyer, Mr. Marcus, declined to comment on Wednesday when asked about the letter. Ms. Maxwell has already been moved from a high security federal prison in Florida to a minimum security camp in Texas. The move occurred about a week after she was interviewed over 2 days about the Epstein case by Todd Blanch, the Justice Department's second in command and one of President Trump's former criminal defense attorneys. Todd Blanch was lead counsel along with Emil Bove, who was number 2 at the Justice Department after Trump got inaugurated, but now Donald Trump has appointed him for life to the Third Circuit Court of Appeals as an appellate judge. His other criminal defense attorney in that case, Todd Blanch, is now second in command at the Department of Justice. And that brilliant legal team of Todd Blanch and Emil Bove is the legal team on behalf of Donald Trump that is responsible for him now having 34 felony convictions that are still on his record. Donald Trump is still a convicted felon, and Ghislaine Maxwell is still a convicted child sex trafficker. When you're filing a motion like that in pro per on your own, without a lawyer, when you have a lawyer and the lawyer's like, yeah, I'm not filing that, I'm not signing my name to that, it's a sign of desperation, significant impatience. It's a sign of ego, among other things. And, you know, I think, she was convicted in December of 2021. My bad. I just saw that in the article. The jury found her guilty of sex trafficking conspiracy, sex trafficking of a minor, and other counts. She is a convicted sex trafficker. The Epstein files, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, are going to haunt Donald Trump for the rest of his life, not just for the rest of his presidency. They're going to haunt him for the rest of his life. And I love that for him. And again, as always, my heart goes out to the surviving victims. of Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators. It's horrific that they have never been able to get actual justice for the things that they endured at his hands and at the hands of other powerful men. It's just horrible. So as always, my heart goes out to the victims and the survivors.